Hello there team, it's Joe Wazoo here. Hey, this quick video is going to talk about how you can use arrows to navigate to different display pages and how you can create a simple pop-up menu to also go to those pages. So if you look at this here simple Crimson database I've got a bunch of different pages with different colored background on these particular pages. And what I've done here on every page is I've went and added an arrow on the right corner and the left corner to navigate to each page. These arrows that I'm using can be found over on the right-hand side of primitives. You go into the core primitives, and then I think if you slide a little bit down, you can see there's an arrow here. If you click on the arrow one time, you get a bunch of pre-built different colored ones of which you can change the colors. And all I really did is I dragged an arrow out here on the page, and you can see this one currently is facing to the left. So I went ahead and double-clicked on it, and I changed here the direction. I'll change it to the right, and then I want the operator to press this arrow to go to the next page. In this case, it's the blue page. You can see over here the listing of my pages and so forth. Notice though that we only have figure, edge, and show. We don't have a tab here to do something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the OK button, and then I'll right click on that arrow, and the third thing on the bottom is add action. So I'll go ahead and click the add action thing here. And now I get a new tab that was not here before, but is now. And the action that I want is when the operator pushes this, I want it to go to the next page, which is called blue. Now, if I hit the pull down here, you have all these options. In this case, I'm going to click on or choose the option called Go to Page. And then you have to pick the target page here. Now, I can hit the pull down here. You can see there's a previous and next page. I'll be honest with you, folks, I've never got that to work. I even tried it again in this video, and it didn't work. So I always teach in my classes to always explicitly tell it what page to go to, because if the previous and next page did work, I don't know how that works if they're in order, so I've never got those to work. So if I push that button, I want that to go to the blue page. So if I click OK, now when the operator pushes this button, it'll go to that page. That's the same thing I did on this one here. And then this guy over here, I went ahead and used a different colored one, had it facing the right, and this one, if I double click on it, you can see that it's going to go to the aqua page. And if you look at my listings of pages here, you can see that the last page of this is aqua. So as I go through these different options, there's the buttons that I'm using, and that'll go through the different pages. Now I went a step further here. Well, let me show this to you first. Here I've got it working on web server here, and if I go next, the next page is a green line page. There it is. Next page yellow. I click here, it goes to yellow page. Next page is fuchsia. The next page is aqua, and then next page it retreats back to red. And then this one just does the opposite. Goes in order, but I had to manually pick the action for each one of these, so that does that part of it. And then I went a step further in this case, and I created another page called Menu. And I basically took out a bunch of buttons. Let me go over here to the right. If I go up one directory in my arrows, I'm still in my core primitives. If I slide all the way down to the bottom, the second row from the bottom, the middle icon is the bevel button. Of course, I'm using Crimson 3.2. I think 3.1 has it the same place too. But if I click on this in here, you can see you get all these different colored versions. You can change the colors and so forth. But all I did here is I drug one of these out here like this. I went and right-clicked, went to Properties, and here I would type in the text red. That's what I wanted to say. And then on the Action tab for these buttons, on the Action tab, same thing as before, hit the pull down here for Action, choose Go to Page, and then you always want to explicitly tell it what page to go to. So this page, this button would go to the red page. I did another one for blue. All these others, they have the same thing. They're going to those particular pages. So if I go ahead and download this to it, let me go back to my red page. I'm going to delete this. I don't want that on there for testing. I'll save this. Let me go ahead and download to the screen. Pull up the browser. Here it is. Again, tab through. But if I hit the menu button this time, the beauty to the menu, well, it opens up as a, well, let me back up. I forgot one thing. So I went ahead and built the menu page, and then I went to another one of the pages. I drug out another button here called Menu. And this one, if I go to properties of it, I want you to look. First of all, on the text tab, I put the word menu. But on the Action tab, here's where things are a little different. I still do Go to Page for the operation, and I always want to explicitly tell it what page So in this case, I want to go to the menu page, but instead of it opening as a normal page, I hit the pull down here and I selected a pop-up menu. And what that does then is when you click on that button in crimson, it's going to open up as a sidebar menu depending on where you leave these buttons. Now, once I put that button on this page, I simply went ahead and copied it and then went to every page and right-clicked and did a paste and pasted it on all the pages so that no matter where I am in the database, when I press that, it'll pull up the menu page as a sidebar. So here we are. Let's go ahead and try it out. Here it is. So I got the menu. If I want to go directly to the blue page, I can do so. Again, the left and right arrows work correctly, but if I hit the menu button, I can say, you know what? I want to go to the fuchsia page. It takes me there, or the aqua page. The one thing about a pop-up menu is that this part of the screen has the focus. So if you have something out here in this area, it's not going to interact because this area of the screen right now has the focus. So in order for you to interact with something on the page, you have to click on that particular page and then you can interact with it. So that's two ways, team, that you can use navigation arrows to go left and right through your pages. Or I always teach in class, in my classes, we've always built a menu page and we can navigate via this way. And I like that for pop-up. It's like Windows does where you can navigate. So anyway, just a quick little video on how to use the go-to page to navigate. The key thing to this whole thing, I'm telling you, the key thing here is that when you go to whatever you're doing for an action and you're doing the go-to page, always explicitly tell it what page to use. Do not use the previous and next page. I've never gotten those to work. So always explicitly tell Crimson where you want that to go. Anyway, that's a quick little video on how to use navigation arrows and a sidebar pop-up menu. Hey, thanks a lot. If you want to copy this database, send me an email. I'll send it to you. Otherwise, hey, have a great day, folks. Thanks a lot.